Now you listen to me real good. I've told you once, I said it 1,000 times. You get out of those pagan, satanic, religious, Christian churches. Christians do not follow the commandments of the Bible. Christians do what they want to do. They make up their own laws, their own rules, and their own regulations. Come out of her, my people, and come out from among them. And it's real simple and easy to ascertain who are these people you need to come out from. Easy. Number one, if they keep Sunday, that's an automatic sign that you need to not have any fellowship with these commandment-breaking, wicked deceivers and seducers and bewitchers of the truth. Simple.
Hey, before we get on today's message, I want you to understand is we got a few things we need to cover here to get you to understand something before we go off into the tongue. All right? The tongue. Proverbs 29:12 says, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are what? If I listen to lies, that means all you wicked. Does that make any sense? All right? The word prudent, Hebrew 9:9:5, means to discern, to understand, to consider, to perceive, discern, understand, with the mind. All right? Observe, mark, give heed, distinguish, to consider. All right? To be intelligent, discreet, and understanding. Okay? Now look at this. Dabarim 28:68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt. What is that word? You're thinking that again means we're going to go right back to that same landmass. But you need to listen to what it's saying. With what? It don't take a ship if you're already over there in the land that the war correspondents by the news sources defined as the Middle East during World War II. You don't need a boat. Are you following me? Even though they put the Suez Canal in, you still don't need a boat. By the way, whereof I spoke unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Thank you. And thou shalt do what? See it no more what? Again. Now, if you were over there, you understand that? We always, our culture, our people always went into Egypt to hide from any threat. Hosea prophesied of it. Paul, they said, you are an Egyptian. You getting this, right? But see, this is saying, we're not going to see this place again. Look at this. But thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold to your what? So America is my enemy. You can try to make me believe that I fit and belong in, but I don't believe it. Look at this. For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, or meaning nobody's going to redeem you. Amos 9:7. Talking about children of Israel now, because we're going to get to something, all right? Are ye not as the children of Ethiopians unto me? If there's two things that are constantly mentioned from Genesis all the way to the end of the book, is Ethiopia and Egypt. Look at this. O children of Israel, saith Yahweh, have not I brought up Israel out of the land of, where did he bring Israel out of what? Land of Egypt. And the Philistines from Qatar, and the Syrians from Ker. Isaiah 11:10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Look at this. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set, look at here, his hand again. The what time? Second time, to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from what? Syria. And from Egypt. Don't be thinking about this, because this is the prophet Isaiah. This is way on down the line. All right, they're talking about a different Egypt, okay? And from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam. What is Cush? Ethiopia. From Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the what? Also, let me interject something. Y'all need to pay attention to the name Ham. And not like they have redefined it over here. Are you following me? Because notice, Adam is really Adham. Or Adham. Adham. That's the proper pronunciation. Y'all don't know that because you don't read it in English. But you need to study. All right? Abram had his name changed to what? Abraham. Y'all getting this, right? In other words, that name Ham was a mighty name. The am or in I am. Y'all hear me? Same as Cam. Are y'all listening? And if you understand anything about the etymology of words, just the actual structure of language in itself, no matter where you come from in the world, the I and the A is always interchangeable. Just like the C and the K. The CH and the KH. These are all interchangeable. That's why it's ignorant for these people to tell us that his name was not Jesus Christos. He was born in a culture that it was the dominant force at that time. Rome. Are you following me? But Rome took Greek culture and fused it together. And one reason why they did it, because they tried to hide the history of Alexander the Greek. Now, there's a reason why that we have a Bible presented to us in English, but we define the words from the original language either from Hebrew or Greek. The United States of America is the world's superpower. If you're not the world's superpower, all the other countries in this world are not trying to learn your language. The whole world wants to know English. Am I making any sense? Just a little bit. I'm trying to take this easy. So at that time, Rome was the ruling force. Is that right? And all these people were familiar that his name was Jesus Christos. Am I making any sense? It makes no difference if there were no J's. We're not speaking Greek today, are we? And the Hebrew we think we speaking is broken Hebrew because it's a dead language. The language has evolved. We no longer use the pictographical, do we? No, we don't. Do we? We don't use that, do we? No, we don't. We don't use all that. Modern script is what we use. Is that right? So whatever culture was dominating at that time, that's the language the people spoke. They could have spoke a couple of languages. But in the time when Christ was coming, did he speak Aramaic? Sure. But he also spoke Greek too. He had to in order to communicate with these Roman officials. See, we live in a world where when we grew up in America, English, and they ain't trying to get you to understand another language. But the world, as the history of the world, it was common that people knew 2 or 3 languages. You understand? That was common. So when they said to the apostle Saul, "Canst thou speak as Greek?" When he started babbling in Greek, they knew he could speak Greek. But they are thrown by this. How in the world can you speak Greek? Ain't you an Egyptian? Now, they didn't look at people and go, "Oh, he's an Egyptian," like that. Are you following? Because people were defined by nationality. And then there was a great distinction between a person that looked Greek and a person that looked like an Mizraim. Make sure I ain't confusing myself right now. See, right now, we can look at some of you and can't tell where you from. You know, making sense? Now, to show you what has happened, we need his understanding history. Watch this. Sister Nellie's from Puerto Rico. Is that right? Her people has a landmass, a government. Is that true? A homeland. Is that right? All right. Sister Caroline is from, ain't she Mexican? What about you, Sister Angelica? You Mexican? She's Mexican. Her people has a landmass and a government. Is that right? Brother Spanish from India. His people have a landmass and a government. Are y'all listening? Sister Tama is from Africa. Her people has a landmass and a government. Is that right? You white folks, you from Europe or Europea. And no matter what country, be it America, Britain, Spain, Ireland, France, you have a landmass and you have a government. Is that right? But Judah, Israel, we don't have a landmass. We don't have no government. Because we are just like the book said. We are scattered as the sands of the sea. Where's my, okay, Pastor Dowell, where's my people? Where's my government? And where can I point in this earth and say, that's my people? I'm not an African. I damn sure ain't no American. Not after this, since the way, see, they allow us to be Americans. That's why they give us designations. Listen to this. African, designating what continent you come from. American. How I get 2 designations and you get 1? I don't have no home. I'm a sojourner. When you become Israel, you're a sojourner. You're in exile. You see what I mean? Well, what about them Jews? Yeah, Ashkenazi Jews. They took the land that is Jerusalem, my land, because we've been kicked out of it. We showed no respect for it. Y'all turned us over. Are y'all getting this thing? In other words, I ain't got nowhere on this earth I can point and say, that's my homeland. That's my home. They have redefined everything. That land that is geographically commonly called Israel today was Northeast Africa throughout history. Did y'all hear what I said? Or the land of Ham. Yahweh gave Abraham the land of Canaan. Are y'all listening? Which was a portion of the land of Ham. Is this making sense? And we got to understand this going forward, believe me. All right? So everything is turned upside down. And the powers that be, whoever rules and conquers, they write history to suit and fit them. This making sense? Y'all getting this, right? I'm not going too fast. I am deliberately taking this slow. So what I'm showing you is that when you start reading these things, the prophecies, do you understand? You're going to start seeing where these people, Israel, all of them are. Because now, look at the Isles of the Sea. Would that ought to be considered down there like Jamaica, Hawaii? These are islands of the sea. Yeah, they are. The Most High said they were all going to be scattered everywhere. And he shall set an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcast of Israel and gather together, look at this, the dispersed of Judah. See, Israel had already, 10 tribes had already been scattered in all the nations. But Judah is the one that is dispersed. These are the ones are his law. The lawgiver, the lions. From the what? Now, how many times has Judah been raped, robbed, murdered? What are y'all doing? Making sure that the seed gets scattered as the sands of the sea. Remember, they didn't define people by what color someone was. I know you people find it hard, but you can't wrap your mind around it. Cannot wrap your mind around it. You could have had white parents, and the son was born in Africa, and he'd have been called an African. What's your father's nationality? That's what everybody say. What's your father's nationality? Huh? You can be any nation you wanted to be. All you have to do is accept the nation laws and commandments. Y'all getting this? So these people with these stupid arguments on what color or not color, y'all, it's stupid. It's nonsensical to get in these arguments about what was his name. Especially if you can call on his name and you cannot produce any power that you believe it to be. And these people that are all over our case, these must be good Christian people. They got to be. And the envy of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off, and Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. There's going to be no more in war and in fighting amongst Israel anymore. We see that happening right now. The reason why we get attacked so much is because Ephraim is like a cake not turned. Never mind. Never mind. Now, I'm going to go on, okay, because I know I'm talking to the wind right now. All right? That's all right. It's out there, though. Figure it out. All right? That's ancient Mizraim. Here's Europeans going down to ancient Mizraim discovering, or what they call discovering, or looking at King Tut's body. See the pictures on the wall? Now, you can't put modern day Egyptians in this because they've been whitewashed by Alexander the Greek and his empire. That's why you had the fusing of the Romans coming in. Man, you notice the one thing they always try to do is get rid of the history of Alexandria the Greek. Why you think they ripped the Apocrypha right out of the book? See, you need to know history, brothers and sisters, because if you don't, you're going to repeat the same mistakes. All right, just speak truth. You see these on all these walls. It's obvious what Egyptians look like. Is that correct? Now, what I'm getting to is this. The same architect that we knew was 5,000 and 6,000 years ago, why is it that the same architect is existing over here in this land today as well? How is it? What has happened? What has gone on? What has taken place? Why in America will we erect a statue to look like this? Now, that is Joel A. Freeman, who was actually over there and took a picture and copyrighted this because these are some of the images that they didn't want to get out to the public. All right? Of ancient Egypt or Egyptians. Pay attention to this because I'm going to show you something. Remember, we started out by reading, and you're going to be brought into Egypt again by ships. Is that right? Pay attention, because we're going to get something. I'm going to show you something. Now that is a light-skinned Egyptian. So we can see that the spectrum of Egyptians had all different shades. Is that right? Well, you cannot deny what's on those walls. You think those people knew what they looked like? All right, watch this now. This is in ancient Egypt, and this is in United States of America. This is a phallic symbol. But they call this the Washington Monument. Huh? Is it not amazing how that Washington Monument resembles that thing right there? See, America is a Babylon. It's a melting pot of every culture that has ever been on the face of planet Earth. But make no mistake about it, Christianity is nothing but the adoption of the Egyptians' religion. The Egyptians worship the sun. Christianity worships the sun. Are you following me? These gods that always have been since the beginning of time, Zeus, Hera, Apollyon, Helios, all these people, the names have changed, but they are the same deities. Same deities, all right? If it's a black guy, he probably saying, man, it look like Uncle Fred. You understand what I mean? But here in Memphis, Tennessee, it's amazing how this pyramid is right next to the Nile. What river is that? The Mississippi River, isn't it? Isn't it amazing how they strategically located this pyramid by the Mississippi, or what I call the Nile? They've been better off sticking it in the middle of Mexico or El Paso, Texas. But they had to put it by the Mississippi. And not only that, here's the kicker. Look what is out in front of this pyramid. Ramses the Great. In America. And he's going to bring you into Egypt again by ships. Have you paid attention to the Masonic Lodge? Where does all their architect come from? Egypt. These people have a fetish with Egypt. You hear this? That right there is a medical college in Virginia. Look at that building. That's Egyptian. We have gotten to the point in this society where we can look at something and still can't even make the correlation. We can't even connect the dots. Christianity is nothing more than modern day Egypt. That's all it is. Look, this is in the Thomas Jefferson building. Look what he got right here. Look, France, America, and look here, Egypt, Judea. These people knew something that the commoners didn't know. The Amistad, the slave ships. That's how you got over here to Egypt again. Isaiah 19:24, and in that day shall Israel be the third with Egypt and with Assyria, even a blessing in the midst of the land, whom Yahweh of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed be Egypt, my people, and Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, mine inheritance. Why would he say that? Because his people were intermingled. He knows where his people are. Makes no difference whether people understand it or not. Look at the prophecy of Hosea. When Israel was a child, I loved him. and called my son out of what? Egypt. Who's he talking about? Well, here's Matthew 2:15. And there was a death, and was there until death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of by Yahweh the prophet, saying, out of Egypt have I called my son. Who was that? That was the Messiah. Joseph and Miriam took Yeshua into Egypt to hide him, fulfilling the prophecy, out of Egypt I have called my son. Acts 21:37, and Paul was to be led into the castle. He said unto the chief captain, may I speak unto thee? Who said, canst thou speak Greek? Are not thou that Egyptian which before these days made us an uproar and led us into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers? Everybody knew the reputation of this man. But Shaul replied, this is from the scriptures, I am a Yehudite. I know you see the word Jew. It is stupid as hell for a man of color to call himself a Jew. You are dumb as hell. If we read the English Bibles the way it is presented to us, and we only see the word Jew, how did Israel become one tribe? Is there not 12 tribes of Israel? How did they become one tribe? See, we know that the Apostle Saul is of the tribe of Benjamin. Yes, do we not know that? Why is he calling himself a Yehudi then? Because remember, Israel was split into two. Israel, Judah. So when he's calling himself a Yehudi, he's associating himself with the Judah, Benjamin, and Levite. That's who I'm of the southern kingdom. See, these people knew. From Tarsus, a citizen of no mean city, and I beg you, allow me to speak to the people. And when he had given him license, Paul stood on the stairs and beckoned with a hand unto the people, and there was made a great silence. He spake unto them in the Hebrew tongue. Men and brethren and fathers, hear ye my defense, which I make now unto you. And when they heard that he spake in the Hebrew tongue, did he not speak a couple of languages then? Yeah. To them they kept the more silent and said, I am indeed I'm going back to the scriptures, even though I see the King, it's the scriptures, all right? I am a what? A Yehudite. Having been born in Tarsus of Kilka, and brought up in the city of the feet of Gamaliel, having been instructed according to the exactness of the Torah of our fathers, being ardent for Elohim as ye all are today. In other words, he's saying he was zealous of the law. You see what's wrong with our people today? We're not zealous enough for this law, including all you people that convert. I'm serious. The revelation ain't been given to you. Because if it did, it will burn deep into your soul. You could tell the law, the word. It burned in Timothy's soul. You could tell. All right? Going into the tongue. Much of the English translation changed you to the service of the state and not Yahweh. In other words, that's the reason why you keep seeing everybody take Romans 13 and applying it to the state. Because the state is God. That's right. You need to know you live in a culture where they believe the state is God. So when they say God, you have one ideal in your mind. When they say God, they have another ideal in their minds. Chains. Oh, I'm continuing the thought. Change you to a religious perspective. Again, Christianity is Egyptian, and Egyptian is Christianity today. The message is in 3 categories, and all these need to be comprehended in order for you to benefit from the principles of Yahweh's word. This is the message in a nutshell. Everybody seems to always want to preach salvation, but they don't want to keep the commandments. Healing and deliverance. All this is supposed to take place. Now I keep telling you, we are far removed from our people. We have been modified. Our minds do not function the way that we read about the people in this book right here. Even when we read it, we have great challenges in front of us. And it takes some time to get through it. Now look, raising children and collecting taxes, that's what Christianity is all about. All right? And religion is promoting the God state, Christianity. It is the state religion of America. Religion today is nothing more than a moral code. How many things we've come to in the last few years that when we didn't know, we used to feel guilty of? Don't Christianity speak against drinking wine? Huh? Do they not? Don't Christianity speak against strong drink? Does the scripture speak against drinking wine and strong drink? No, but it does warn you of being given over to it. Yes, it does too. Yeah, it does teach us everything ought to be done in moderation. Yeah, yes, it does too. It tells you that wine is a mocker, strong in drink. Whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. Don't look on the color of it. When it's red, yeah, see? Look at us looking at it. Anyway, I'm telling you. But it doesn't condemn it. When we are Christians, we drunk some wine. That's why when I grew up in the apostolic church, right? They wouldn't get wine. They'd go get grape juice. And I said, but the book says wine. He said it wasn't fermented. I said, what? Run it past me again. Maybe I missed something. I said, because things are different today. I believe that now. You getting this though, right? Used to be a time prior to growth that you would condemn yourself in drinking wine because of a moral code that you believed. Christianity is a religion about turning the other cheek and avoiding the pain others inflict. The tongue has been the downfall of many Israelites. People are being killed today by the tongue. Just like them folks. They have no idea who they speaking against. But look at their rage intensify. Can't even be corrected. You know why? That's why they made this statement. We need to get back to slavery so you niggas can be back in line. Can't believe that because they resent the fact the way I talk to them. Because they can't do nothing against the truth. It pierces and cuts like a knife. Why would they have to turn around and act racist like they are? See how the spirit manifests? It's a shame, isn't it? It's a shame. It's really a shame. I'm sure I was sarcastic a little bit, but I was trying to bring it out so that everybody can see what's going on. There's a spirit here. The tongue is connected to the heart, which is the mind. Are y'all hearing Israel? That little thing you like wagging so much. That thing is connected to the heart and the mind. Put them all together, all three of them. A person is revealed by what comes out of his or her mouth. You know what they're all about by what they say. You want to know what their soul, if I can use that word and be pure, and what they're all about? Listen to what comes out of it. Because many times people have been deceived by someone who looks good on the outside, but their tongue is full of poison. How many times has his tongue lied and inflated itself only to get to the point where you can't even live up to what it says? Because that's a deceived heart. And if you don't understand how to discern your own heart, how are you going to discern somebody else's heart? Because, I mean, you know how we are. We're experts at discerning everybody else, but we can't see ourselves. Because we don't really want to see in ourselves what we see in others. It's too painful. Doesn't hurt as bad when we see it in everybody else. And we always have all the answers for everybody else, but yet we don't have any answers for ourselves. Proverbs 31:26. We're going to hit a few of them, right? She opened her mouth with wisdom. This is Proverbs 31 woman. How does she open her mouth with? And look at this. And in her tongue is the law of what? Now let me get on back to this real quick. In Psalm 37 verse 30. The mouth of the righteous speaketh of wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. Y'all see what this American spirit has done to women? Let me move on. Psalm 37 verse 30. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The mouth of the righteous speaketh what? And his tongue talketh of what? Judgment. Because judgment keeps your heart right. Proverbs 14:30. The sound heart. A sound heart is the life of the what? And envious is what? Rottenness to the bones. You know what that's telling you? Learn how to guard what comes out of your heart. You follow me? For instance, you may get deceived. You have to understand, first of all, I'm a man of Yah. So don't think that you can go around talking the way that I talk when it ain't been given to you. You understand what I mean? Women, don't go around talking like men. You're a woman. Children, don't go talking around like adults. Because you can see them talk one way, then you're going to turn around and try it, and you're going to get the taste slapped out of your mouth. Is this making any sense? Wisdom now. Proverbs 21:23. Whosoever keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from what? This woman done brought a bunch of trouble on her soul. But back to you, Israel. If you can keep your heart, that means guard. If you can, the word keepeth means guard. If you can guard your mouth and his tongue from his soul, if you keep your mouth, you keep your tongue, you'll keep your mind, will, and emotions from a whole bunch of trouble. You actually get some peace in your life. So what that's telling us then? That's telling us is the reason why we're troubled is because we don't know how to guard our mouth. Everything that comes into your mind, does it come from the Father? Does it come from you? No, it don't. A lot does, but a lot of it don't. If the devil's going to tempt you, how would he do it? He's going to tempt you in your mind. What is he looking for? He's looking for access. He gets access because life and death is in the what? Power of the tongue. He's looking to bring something out into the atmosphere because he's trying to entice you to speak words that you shouldn't speak. So that means on the flip side, on Yahweh's side, that if you speak words that are right, wholesome, good, true, honest, then you're giving authority and power to Yahweh's kingdom to function in this world. Is that making sense? But when you're already born in sin, shaping in iniquity, what do you think is going to come out of your heart the majority of the time? Why do you think we're warned over and over again? Why does evil thoughts always arise in your heart? What is the evil thoughts there for? The evil thoughts are there for you to give voice, to give life, to give place to them. So it can go out and tap the whole atmosphere. Y'all do an experiment, get a bean plant. All right? And then every morning, wake up and cuss it out. And then get another bean plant and then turn around and speak kind words to it. We're talking about this is just natural stuff. These experiments have already been done. You put wholesome music on in a room and see how the plant thrives. You put this hellish crap and see what happens to the plant. All these are scientific studies that have already been done. Because it's all depending on what is said and how it is said. But the way you have been reared in this country, you pay more attention to what everybody else is saying, and you want to hold them to the status of righteousness while you give your ass a pass and don't do a damn thing. You ain't got no sanctification at all, nothing. You want everybody else to lead by example, but you're a poor example, and it's all right to get by. You want everybody else to live this word and be sanctified, but you still want to stay defiled. The word says when you be converted, you're supposed to strengthen your what? And how do you strengthen your brother unless you use words of life? Words of life. The majority of the stuff that we perceive comes from death. We always think the worst. And of course, worse is defined by your book of the law, though. Because you have a certain moral code that's been put in you that you haven't yet checked it with the acid test of the word. You have to be careful of the things that entice and tempt you, that come into your mind, that enters into your heart. Think about this. A lot of times it is hard to be quiet when you're pressed in the spirit to want to say something. You ever been in a situation where somebody always got to have the last word? They always got to have the last word. And then they'll say, well, you be quiet, I'll be quiet. We're in a war, a serious war. That's the reason why our soul is so troubled, because we have not learned how to guard our lip. The Psalm of David, Psalm 15, verse 1, Yahweh, who shall abide in thy tabernacle, who shall dwell in thy holy hill. Verse 2, he that walketh what? Uprightly, and worketh what? Righteous, and speaketh the truth in his what? Heart. Out of the abundance of the mouth, the heart speak. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. Is that right? Is that right? Who's going to abide on his holy hill? He that walketh uprightly, worketh righteous, and speak truth in his heart. Now, mind you, the same one wrote the Psalms that spoke a lot of truth on judgments of the enemies. So don't equate that to what you call nice and kind today in this American society. You got to get this mind of Dowell, who was a man after Yah's own heart. He knew Yah's heart. You understand? What I said earlier ain't going to trouble in Israel. You're going to terrify them Christians, though. Woo-wee! Maybe, Brother Jermaine, maybe you ought to make me a sound bite of that video clip right there and then put Pastor Dowell dealing with a Jezebel caller. And this is the words he had to say to her. That's why I can teach these preachers out there how to deal with Jezebel. He that backbiteth not with his what? He that, what is the word? Anybody know what backbite means? What is backbite? Brother Rich. Speaking the evil of someone behind their back. Backbite. You ever heard somebody say that they heard somebody say and they came to tell you what somebody said? You ever done that before? You liars, we all have. Yeah, you have. Backbite. And do you know that the Bible tells you to give not heed all words that are spoken? But why every time, why somebody said this about me? What? Who told you? He did. He did. Did you go to them? No, but he said it. You're supposed to not give heed all words that are spoken, because you're going to hear your servant curse you. Because you're looking for it. Y'all begin to understand that there's an evil Adamic nature in us? That the spirit wars against the flesh and the flesh against the spirit? And these two are contrary one to another? So when are we going to wake up to the reality of it then? Think about this. When are we going to wake up literally to the reality of this? He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor. All right? Someone with a good tongue. These are the ones that's going to abide in the tabernacle of Yah. You want to end up in the sanctuary of Yah? Then don't do evil to your neighbor. Don't backbite with your tongue, and don't take up a reproach against your neighbor. Psalm 34 verse 11, come, ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of Yahweh. What man is he that desireth life, and loveth many days, that he may see good? Keep your tongue from what? Isn't that simple enough? Keep your tongue from, and your lips from speaking deceit. This is how you get peace and contentment in your life. This is how you'll be able to see long days. I guarantee you, according to what I understand in the word, that many people go to an early grave because of their mouth.
That's right, sir. That is the truth.
As you love cursing, so let it be unto you. Who said that? Didn't David say that? Ooh, wee. Are y'all beginning to understand this? Huh? James 3:8. But the tongue can no man do what? It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. There will bless we even the Father, and there will curse we, which are made after the similitude of. We do that. Can you imagine that? Now we're supposed to honor all men, honor the king. Now, as Israelites, we're supposed to have fervent charity amongst each other. That means we're supposed to have respect beyond what this world can even comprehend. When we see each other, there should be a fondness, a brotherly and sisterly love there. You understand what I mean? That's the way it should be. You understand that? That's like when we had Passover. And I said, man, bunch of y'all black brothers and everybody else get in the van. We're going to go up to Walmart. We went to Walmart. Up there, and the first thing we seen, of course, Walmart thought it was a raid. First thing we seen was little bitty old Sister Chester. And we walked through the door. Hey, Sister Chester. Brother Britt was there. Was you there? Boy, I tell you, them people looking at us like we crazy, wasn't they? Sister Chester, boy, you can see her the light just came all over her face when she seen her brother. Huh? If they would have known that we're disciples, they would have known by that love. Because they would have known that Sister Chester and Brother Britt, beloved of the brethren. And we wasn't hiding nothing either. Hey, bless it. I bet Sister Chester felt like a celebrity. And I guarantee you one thing, at least that day, for that moment of time, I guarantee you she felt protected and safe. You getting it? Because we had fervent charity. Wouldn't it be nice if we had that kind of environment all the time? Who gonna create it but you? It only can take one of you to create a bad environment. You know, we automatically, since we filled with the Holy Spirit, we have discerning of spirits. Huh? You know what the Bible said? A wicked man changes his countenance. Ooh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Nobody don't want to look at you looking like this. I'm sorry, but nobody don't want to look at you looking like that. But you don't care. When you're in that spirit, so you should thank Yah that somebody is avoiding you so that your tongue don't get to running. I'm serious. We're spiritual beings. We see people, man, we see you with that face like that, man, you automatically become avoidable. Nobody want to deal with that. Out of the same mouth proceed of blessings and cursings. How is it that we have been filled with the Holy Spirit and yet we have blessing and cursing? And they ain't talking about damn, hell, ass, bastard, and all that other stuff either. Let's talk about speaking evil on someone. My brother, and these things ought not so to be. Do a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? Does it? It can't at the same time, can it? Can a fig tree, my brother, and bear olive bears? Can it? Mm-mm. Some of us are like flowers that a bird just got finished defecating on. I saw a flower the other day on the land, and I see some bird crap on it. I said, boy, they sure messed that thing up. Look at it. All this land, they got to defecate right on this pretty flower. The devil is a lie. Can a fig tree, my brother, and bear olive bears? Either a vine, figs? So can no fountain both yield salt and fresh water. 1 Peter 3:10. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from what? From evil. And his lips that he speak no guile, meaning deceit. Proverbs 29:11. A fool uttereth all his mind. You know, everything that comes to your mind, you got to tell it. No, you don't. No, you don't either. You don't want to let nobody know that that's how much control the devil got. But a wise man keep it in till he does his due diligence, his investigation, and then he begins to speak. I mean, I just think y'all ain't got all this crap that used to run through my mind like I did when I first was in the faith. I hardly don't have any thoughts coming. Most of my thoughts coming to mind has to do with Israel. As far as the devil telling me this, tempting me here, tempting me that don't even happen. It don't happen. It don't happen. Every once in a while. Every once in a while you try to slip in. And then the first time I go, oh, look here. Look who's trying to show up. The devil can only get you one of three ways: the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. That's all that's in the world. That's the only way he can get you. All right? So don't utter everything that comes to your mind. You want to hear everything come to my mind? I tell you, have you ever looked at somebody and something come to your mind? You know what kind of bloodletting it would be if all of us look at it and start telling each other everything that comes to the mind? There'll be a bloodletting in here. You don't utter everything that comes to your mind unless you've taken personal ownership of it, and that's what you really believe. Don't do that, brothers and sisters. Be wise. Y'all hear me? Don't utter everything that comes to your mind. Ecclesiasticus 20:18. Y'all ready for this? To slip upon a pavement is better than to slip with the tongue. Now that is something, because that hurts, slipping on the pavement. I'm sure it ain't the slip that fall you, but them sudden stops get you every time. So the fall of the wicked shall come what? That's how fast it'll come, as fast as you can slip on the pavement. How fast do you hit the ground if you slip on the pavement? You'd be all right if you could stay suspended in the air. It don't work, do it. Wisdom 1:11. Therefore beware of murmuring. Do what of murmuring? Which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting, for there is no word so secret that shall go for naught, and the mouth that do what? Belieth, slayeth the what? The soul. In other words, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of the world, please learn how to control your tongue. Even when you're by yourself and your tongue won't run his mouth, put some duct tape over it. If that ain't working, get some Gorilla tape. Whatever you do, do not release death out into the world. Ain't no war like a civil war, is it? You know how many times people will sit up there because they are been hurt by someone that they want to hurt the person back just as worse if they've been hurt? Oh, you may not be using a baseball bat, but them words, they're going out. They are going out. You can't get words back. It's like you was in a tower and you cast a feather out. Try to retrieve that feather from that tower. Them words are going out to accomplish something. And they are going to accomplish whatever you're going to set into motion in the spiritual realm, whatever your wicked heart wants. Either you're going to give place to the devil and you're going to invoke his power, or you're going to give place to Yah and you're going to invoke his power. One way or the other, you're going to give, and the Bible says give no place. Y'all hear this? Ecclesiastes 5:13. Honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of a man is his. Didn't I tell you already? A lot of people are going to have been falling because of this tongue. Y'all do notice that we're getting a lot of Israelites to return after they've been bit by the tongue. Remember I talking about people getting bit by the serpent? Y'all never see me, hey, Sister Cheryl, glad you're back. Brother Cody, glad you're back. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to beat the fire out of them? Now, some of you may not get that same response. You understand what I mean? Some of these devils, everything's predicated on an individual. Be not called a whisperer, and lie not in wait with thy tongue, for a foul shame is upon the thief, and an evil condemnation upon the double tongue. Ecclesiastes 6:1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name. Shame and reproach, even so shall a sinner that have a what? Double tongue. Ecclesiastes 8:3. Strive not with a man that is full of what? You ever meet somebody all they want to do is just make mouths? Just I always got something to say. And heap not wood upon his what? Especially with a man that really gets angry and have no self-control. They can't stop babbling. Impossible for them to. I had somebody tell me, well, I was drinking. That's the reason why I said what I said. Then damn it, you need to put a drink down. You don't want that. You can blame it on the drink all you want, but that drink ain't controlling that tongue. That's some of your heart being revealed. 9:18. A man of an ill tongue is dangerous in his city, and he that is rash in his talk shall be what? So stop running your mouth. Ecclesiastes 13:23. When a rich man speaketh, there it is. Every man hold his tongue and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. I remember I used to sell cars. All right, I did it every bit of 1 month. I almost won car salesman of the month. I missed about half a car. So I said, how you miss about half a car? Well, you split a sale. I did, first month. Make a lot of money doing it too. And the one, my heart just couldn't let me do it. That's why I only did it 1 month. Because I seen the hypocrisy of it. I had that old sissy Lee Greenwood come in. I just made him, I'd come, hey, come on over here and sit down at the desk. And I'm going to talk with him just like I would anybody else. Everybody seen me having them sitting at the desk, man. Next thing you know, the owner and everybody come out and they were flocking around them. Making small talk, good, sing for us, man. I just went on over here. They bent over backwards, but all but give him that car. He had to pay for it, but I guarantee he got it probably $1 over invoice. Poor person come in that really truly needs it. can't afford a new one, buy a used one, they try their best to knock a dent in them. I said, man, I can't do this. This is just too unjust. This is too unjust. And of course, they got mad at me a few times because people come in and I tell them, this is the price. This is a fair price right here. And they wonder, how in the world they got that negotiated down like that? I said, man, it must be birds telling these people stuff. I don't know what's going on. What do they care? A car was still being moved, still made a little money, equal on both sides. But see, they wanted to knock a dent in it. I just couldn't take it. Is that not sad? It's a sad thing. Ecclesiastes 19:6. He that can rule his tongue shall live without what? And he that hateth babbling shall have less. That's pretty good, isn't it? See how much blessings you can get if you just know how to keep your mouth shut? Now you got to watch this generation today. Because this generation say, well, all the apostles deserve exactly what they got because they couldn't keep their mouth shut. All the prophets deserve exactly what they got because they couldn't keep their mouth shut. That's how people talk today. These are mouthpieces of the Father. They have to talk. I mean, believe it or not, you know how many people that would literally be upset at me as a man? Zero. As a preacher, whoo, boy, I got enemies all over the place. Yes, sir. Think about that. I was a love the dub man as just a regular old man. Family loved me, everybody loved me. I was life of the party and everything. Come a preacher, hated person you ever seen in the family. Wonder why. 1916. There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart. Now Now this is on you. You need to be intelligent enough to know when someone is saying something, but they really truly don't understand what they're saying. You can give them a pass and not take it to heart and then want to sit there and hold ill will towards them. But this intelligence is on you understanding that. And who is he that have not offended with his tongue? Anybody in here? I venture to say everybody is offended with their tongue. Starting from the pulpit all the way back to the back door. You look at Elder Doug and tell he offends with the tongue. Folks get mad at him and he takes their phone calls and people get mad at him. Can you believe it? Sometimes he can't even get out on the land for taking phone calls for the first couple of hours after breakfast in the morning. Elder Doug, you ever take phone calls and people get mad at you because you give them the answers? Unbelievable. You call for the answer, then you don't like it. What is this world is coming to? I mean, what, they want him to lie to him? What is this world coming to? If you don't like the way our answer's going to be, don't call. It's a mess. Ecclesiastes 20 verse 7, a wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity. But a babbler and a fool will regard no time. Is this really sinking down? Wisdom. Ecclesiastes 24:32. In other words, I need you to pay special attention to this. I will make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off. I will yet pour out doctrine, this is sound teaching, as prophecy, and leave it to all ages forever. Behold, that I have not labored for myself only. That's an Israelite trait. Everything we do is not for our own selfish self and our own selfish person, just me, myself, and I, my little family, and to hell with everybody else. That ain't what, What did he say? Behold, I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek. That's what the ministry is all about. That's beautiful, isn't it? Ask yourself, do you fit that dough? Everything you do, is it all about you? Self-gratification. You're going to get some pleasure in things in life, but what is your motivation? Is it all about you? Do you secretly and underhandedly, underminedly do it all for you? In three things, I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before Yah and men. The unity of brethren. Wow. The unity of what? That is important among us. Now listen, I don't care about people outside these gates one bit. You understand? You brethren that come around, all of us that are brethren, I'm talking about, now y'all understand I'm outside gates, I mean heathens. All of us, man, that is more important than anything in this life right here is for the unity of the brethren. Y'all understand that? And the love of neighbors. A man and a wife that agree together. You can't hardly get that nowadays. It's beautiful right here. 25:2. Three sorts of men my soul hateth. What? His soul hateth. His soul does what? Hateth. And am greatly offended. Look at this. At their life. A poor man that is proud. You ever seen them before? You see all these poor men, man, you can't tell them nothing. They're the sum of all wisdom. They got all the answers, can't be told nothing, hard-headed, arrogant, egotistical, self-willed. He said, these sorts of men my soul hates. And greatly offended their life. A poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar, and an old adulterer that doteth. Just prideful. If thou hast gathered nothing in thy youth. Boy, that is a statement. You hear that? If you have gathered nothing in your youth, how canst thou find anything in thine age?
Tell them it's true. Hallelujah.
That is something. Oh, how comely a thing is judgment for gray hairs and for ancient men to know counsel. Oh, how comely, meaning beautiful, is the wisdom of old men and understanding and counsel to men of honor. Much experience is the crown of old men, and the fear of Yah is their glory. You know we live in a world they don't want you to fear Yah and obey him. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. That's when your heart can be happy. Well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding, and that have not slipped with his tongue, and that have not served a man more unworthy than himself. Well is him that have found prudence, that he that speaketh in the ears of them that will hear. Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom, yet is there none above him that feareth who? Is that not the beginning of wisdom? The fear of Yahweh? Proverbs 18:21. Life and death are in the power of the what? Tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Death has fruit, life has fruit. Ecclesiastes 4:4, again I consider all travail and every right work, that for this a man is envied of his neighbor. This also is vanity and vexation of what? Y'all getting this? The tongue. You need to understand this before you can be able to receive the messages coming up. Do not let your tongue keep you in a state of death. Y'all hear me? You have to become proactive in this walk. You have to cast down imaginations. You can't just sit there. The enemy is not going to know you mean business until you start fighting and warring in the spirit of your mind. Are you hearing me? Y'all got to get busy, Israel. You really, truly do. While we may see each other in the silhouette of our flesh right here, the real you is not what we see on the outside. The real you is what coming out of your heart. And we can understand who you are as a brother or sister by what comes out of your tongue. We know what your intent is. And especially us as Israel, we should be bringing love for each other. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. Hopefully, it is true, we're in negotiation. Hopefully we are getting ready to close on some land down in South Carolina for Elder Austin and them down there. Which be good. And that's something, isn't it? I mean, when it rains, it's pouring then, isn't it? Because you think about it, there's land that's been secured around here. Land in Georgia, land in Kentucky, land with the Saints in Texas. You got land now in South Carolina. Looks like it's coming to possibility. I mean, this thing is coming to fruition. The places are being prepared, but can you get the people prepared for the places? That's the problem. Bro, Junior, International Junior. That man flying more than I am, ain't he? Oh, he flying the friendly skies. Junior was in Canada, Tennessee. He been to Brother Randy's, ain't he? No, not yet. He down there with Brother Al now. He getting it done too. Brother Al put a video up too. Getting it done. Brother Junior down there getting it done. He said, man, it's the same work down there, man. That's my brother, man. You heard Brother Junior last night. You can't help but to love them. They're true Israelites. Can't help but to love them. It sure is nice to be able to our brother and have a place to go and lay their head. Brother James and Brother Scott get ready to beat foot down the road to pick up the goats. Pick up the milk goats and everything. And of course, when you get down the bottom lane, you're going to see all the work we done, man. We messed up, man. If you see us dragging a little bit, it's because we working like Hebrew slaves. I'm wondering if we back in Mizraim. I thought I saw what they call them thing, murals of a pyramid the other day on the horizon. I was like, I'd take a second shake like this. I shook my head, go, gee. Next thing you know, I looked around and thought I seen a taskmaster getting ready to take a whip and hit me on the back. Right there. Hey, man, I'm in an illusion. I tell you, boy, keep on, bro. Scott can look like an Ethiopian. For sure, boy, that brother getting dark. Stand up here, Brother Scott, so everybody can see you. Brother Scott, I hate this, man. Look at all that tan on him. He keep on, man. His hair it's gonna curl up and everything else, isn't it? You're gonna see it. And look at Brother James. Come on here, Brother James. I'll tell you, man, they holy. So if black was a prerequisite to get in the kingdom, they on their way, damn it. All right, bless y'all. I tell you what, but we happy though. We happy we getting it done. I'm telling you, we got some hard-working brethren out here on the land. I'm serious. Good spirit. Good spirit too. Good spirit. Where's Judah? How's Judah being today? How my granddaughter doing? You don't want to give me no report, huh? She's just smiling. Uh-oh. That's one of them smiles. Yeah, she doing a thing. All right, Judah. Judah's international now. She gonna come here, everybody gonna want to take her. Judah has been on the rare side this morning, ain't she? A little bit. A little bit. Was that her getting that love in a while ago? Oh. No mama love her then, don't it? Let us stay in Israel. Hey, y'all keep your tongue. I hope y'all ready for these messages coming up. All right? If you want to be at peace, keep your tongue. Get understanding of what's going on in your heart before you utter. You follow me? And remember, a wicked man countenance falleth. Now, y'all, we do thank you for all things. We pray these sayings, sink deep down our hearts in my name, in Yahshua HaMashiach. Amen. Shabbat shalom, King coming. And by the way, you my enemy out there, I hope you come. Uh-oh, look at him looking.